This meditation was recorded in front of a live meditation group facilitated by David Ellis.
Just allow yourself to close your eyes. Just begin a whole process of relaxation. Because for the next 45 minutes or an hour, you deserve this time. You deserve this safe space and time to just completely relax and begin to connect with your divinity. So take a nice, big healing breath. And as you breathe in, imagine that you're breathing in powerful Christ energy into your lungs. And as you breathe out, imagine that you're breathing out all of the darkness and all of the negative energy that has gathered within your lungs and your body since you were here last. And take another nice healing breath, filling your lungs with that magnificent Christ energy. And be mindful that when you fill your lungs with energy, the oxygen travels in the blood and therefore travels to every aspect of your physical body. As you breathe out, you exhale tension, darkness, worry and concern. And in our time in meditation, remember that the issues of earlier today and yesterday and the day before, they'll want to bubble in and crowd your mind, and just let them bubble up and let them float away. And as you begin your journey into relaxation and calmness, I want you to join me in prayer in your mind's eye. Follow my words as I speak some prayers and sacred words. And when I say my name, I want you to replace my name for your name. I am David. I am David. I am David. I am my heart. I am my heart. I am my pure heart. I now go to the deepest recesses of my heart, that place of my true living God. There I kneel before the altar of love and surrender my lower human ego to the perfection of my I am presence. My I am presence takes full dominion of my physical, etheric, mental and emotional bodies, and I am lifted up in consciousness and filled with aluminum truth. I now invoke the light of God within. I am a clear and perfect channel. Light is my guide. And now just allow yourselves to relax even deeper. Allow the burdens of the day just fall from your shoulders, and imagine your shoulders just dropping to the ground as all the weight falls off them, and waves of relaxation flow around your head, and your eyes and eyelids feel so tired. Your eyelids feel so heavy that it's so much more comfortable just to keep them closed than it is to have to bother to even think about opening them. They feel so much better just closed. allowing your eye to just relax and bathe in the shade of your eyelid. And you begin to feel these waves of relaxation flow around your shoulders and down your chest and back. And this wonderful feeling begins to just drift down and down across your tummy, around your back, and flowing around your hips. And your hips begin to feel them melting into the chair, and identifying the separation between the chair and self just becomes just far too difficult. It's so much more relaxing to just blend into the chair while you go deeper and deeper into that wonderful space. And as we drift down into that wonderful place, your subconscious mind remembers and goes to that connection faster. And each time we do this exercise, the subconscious mind connects faster and faster with our divinity, our being of light, our God Self, our I Am presence. And just allow those waves of relaxation flow down around your knees and flowing down into your ankles and out through your feet. And this feels so wonderful, just completely relaxed and calm. And in this calm, relaxed, wonderful place, knowing that you're safe and minded as Archangel Michael stands at the spiritual door, watching over every single one of you. You can just bathe in this magnificent space, bathe in this time, because this is your special time to remember who you truly are. And as you relax deeper and deeper, you become aware of a pillar of light that seems to be emanating from your chest and flowing upwards and downwards. It seems to encapsulate every part of you. It seems to flow downwards, beyond the beyonds, and flow upwards, beyond the planets, beyond the stars. It's vibrant and strong. It's vibrant and light. And it feels magnificent. And in this pillar of light, I want you to visualize all of your baggage, all of your problems, all of those aspects of life that are difficult. For some they'll be many, for some they'll be few. I want you to visualize, whilst in this wonderful pillar of light, all of these bags that you walk around with every day. When you have all of the bags all accounted for, I want you to visualize any other aspects of self that have been causing problems. And I want you to put those into the bags also. as you stand in this pillar of light, radiant and strong, vibrant, with all of the bags at your feet, you begin to feel your entire body rising, as if you were in an elevator. And you notice that your bags are coming along with you, and you rise higher and higher in this elevator, and you feel safe and strong. And as you rise higher, the light becomes brighter, the feelings become more intense, the energy becomes faster, and you feel wonderful. And as you rise higher and higher again, you become aware that the elevator, or your ascension, seems to stop. And an opening appears in your pillar. And standing at the doorway, standing at the opening, is the great Saint Germain. He holds his hand outwards, and he asks that you hand him each piece of baggage. And so you begin to offload all the pieces of baggage that came up on the pillar of light with you. And when all of the pieces are handed to Saint Germain, you give him grateful thanks. Saint Germain, sweet Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame, take all of this dark matter, take all of this dark energy, take all of these bags and all of these aspects of self that are causing issues and problems, and take them back to the light from whence they came. As you look into the eyes of Saint Germain, you realize that you now have handed over all of those aspects, and they will all be taken care of. You begin to see the door closing, and you begin to realize that you're on your way back down this magnificent, vibrant shaft of light. And as you slowly return down in this shaft of light, when you arrive back to the bottom, you become aware that the single shaft of light that was around you is now growing. It's growing within the space. And as it grows, you begin to realize that it penetrates the pillar of the next person. And as this pillar of light expands, it encompasses every single individual as a collective consciousness, as oneness. And as you bathe in this magnificent vortex of energy, feeling the energy of each other, feeling the energies of self, knowing that the group consciousness will expand the feelings in each of our heart exponentially. As we look around in this wonderful pillar and we see the true essence of each other, knowing that each and every one of us is a radiant Christ-light energy. And as we bathe in that beautiful energy, knowing our true origin and knowing who we truly are, we call upon the deity, ascended masters, avatars, spirit of the past, teachers. We invite them to join us in this space so they may share their wonderful essence. And as we expand our heart, we open our heart space within this wonderful vortex to receive the energies and essence of the great beings of light that surround us every day. We invoke their presence now as we call upon Jesus. We invoke the presence of Jesus and we ask him to bring wisdom and knowledge into our heart space. We call upon Buddha. Be present now, Buddha. And share in our heart space compassion. Allow us to understand what compassion is. We call upon Mary, Queen of the Universe. O sweet Mary. Embrace us with your unconditional love, so that we too can love each other and love self unconditionally. We call upon Kuan Yin. Allow mercy flow within our hearts. Allow this energy expand beyond the beyonds through the power of the group consciousness, through the power of the one, the oneness of all. We can expand this energy outward across the globe. We call upon Mary, Mary Magdalene. Teach us forgiveness, Mary. As human beings, we struggle every day with forgiveness. We struggle with judgment. Allow us to understand judgment and forgiveness. Allow it to resonate within our hearts. We call upon Lord Krishna. We call upon Shiva. We call upon Moses. We call upon Ishtar. We call upon Isis and Osiris. We call upon Ra. We call upon those light beings within the planet. We call upon the divas of the fairy kingdom. We call upon the divas of the crystalline kingdom and their teachers Ariel and Mahela. We call upon the great fathers, Joseph of Nazareth and Edward. We call upon the great mothers, Mother Mira, Mother Amma, Mother Teresa, Mother Amoy, and Mother Eileen. Share in our heart space that wonderful essence of motherly love. Allow us to understand what that truly is. We call upon Dr. Azui, and we ask that he fills this space with Reiki energy now. Allow the symbols fall from the sky, and allow them fall where they may. Allow us absorb in our physical and etheric bodies these magnificent energetic symbols. Allow us feel them and understand them. We call upon the angels that walk with us every day. We call upon our guides. If you know your guide's name, just simply call their name now, as I call upon Elor. And if you do not know their name, simply ask, and their name will be given. We call upon our animal guide. Animal guide that comes along to give us courage and strength as we walk the spiritual path. If you know your animal guide's name, simply ask. Ask for their presence. And if you do not know their name, simply ask their name and they will share. As I call upon Ben. Call upon our guardian angel. Call your guardian angel's name. If you do not know the name, simply ask. As I call upon Albert, our guardian angel, who has been with us every step of every minute of every day as we arrived on the planet, leaving the softness and comfort of our mother's womb. Our guardian angel was there to take our hand, and as we gazed into our guardian angel's eyes, we laughed and smiled joyfully, knowing that we were loved unconditionally. And as we sat in our cradle and we gazed into nothingness, we were looking into the eyes of our guardian angel, who was always there. will always be there, never judging, never criticizing, always loving, always caring, always minding, always guiding. We call upon the great archangels, Archangel Michael. Surround Atlantis with your blue cloak of protection. Keep us minded and safe. And when this group move along their way, walk with each and every one of us. Encompass us with your blue flame and give us the courage and strength that we need to carry on our sojourn. Archangel Raphael, we call upon you now to fill this space with your magnificent healing energy. Allow that healing energy radiate through the vortex within our hearts, within our physical bodies, permeating every atom of every atom of every atom of our being. Archangel Gabriel, we invoke thee now. Open our communication centers. Allow us hear what we must hear. Allow us say what we must say. Allow us see what we must see. Allow us sense what we must sense. Allow us be clear in our communication. Allow us to understand the power and intention of our communication. Archangel Metatron, be present with us. Dissolve our karmic past that no longer serve our higher purpose. Manage our daily karma so that our future may be bright and light. Archangel Uriel, be present within our group now and radiate the light of Christ within each and every one of our hearts, so that the Christ light shines, pierces through the darkness, and illuminates the path before us. Allow that light live in our hearts and allow us live from our heart space. And with all these wonderful beings of energy and light surrounding this space, touching our physical beings, feeling their presence, feeling their energy, learning from the experience. Allow your mind to bring you to a river and hear the water flowing and see the magnificent ripples and movement of the river. See the beauty of the riverbank with the beautiful shamrocks, with the beautiful moss, the bluebells and the wildflowers, and become aware as you're sitting on the moss that there's a magnificent being of light standing behind you. And this being of light places their hands on your shoulders, and you feel wonderful. You feel totally connected. And as you watch the river flow in front of you, you notice by your side that there are small branches, maybe 3 or 4 inches long. And this wonderful being of light suggests that you take one of these branches and throw it into the river and watch what happens. And as you do, you notice the branch flowing from side to side in the river, flowing over the rocks, going fast and slow, and flowing out of sight. This wonderful being of light suggests that you throw another branch into the river. And as you do, your expectation is that the same thing will happen. But as you watch, you notice that the branch begins to flow away down the river, and then it seems to turn. It seems to have got caught in a small little pool, and it tries to flow back up the river. And then it gets caught in the slight current and gets carried away down the river again. And then it ends up slightly turning and coming back into the pool. And as it tries to flow up the river, it stays there for such a long time. And then eventually, a ripple of the current catches the little branch and carries it down the river, over the rocks and away. And the being of light suggests you take another branch and throw it in the river. And as you do, you notice how this little branch flows down the river, fast and slow. But just before it's out of sight, it gets caught on a rock. And no matter how the river flows, it remains stuck on the rock. And you feel that you want to help by throwing another branch into the river. And the being of light suggests that this is okay. And as you do, this branch hurtles down the river and passes the branch stuck on the rock. And you begin to realize that the river is exactly like life. Sometimes it flows effortlessly with wonderful zest and speed. Sometimes you end up in a loop, swimming round and round, swimming against the current and against the tide. Sometimes getting stuck on the rock and staying there for eternity. But as the being of light suggests, no matter what happens in the river of life, it continues to flow. All of the blocks will always be lifted. All of the backward motions will always be released. As we trust in our heart space, as we trust in our divinity to carry us with never-ending love down the river of life. And giving grateful thanks to that wonderful being of light that showed us this wonderful metaphor of how sometimes we can get so stuck. We give grateful thanks for the knowing that the river never stops. And if we realize that the river is like life, and at the same time, the river is like the love of our divine Creator, never ending, never stopping, always moving in motion. And now is the time for you to ask for any revelations, to request any information, to seek any guidance or help. Just ask your guides and your angels. Ask your guides and your angels now. Now let us give grateful thanks to these wonderful beings of light that have shared with us tonight. Let us give thanks and praise for their presence, for their knowledge and wisdom. Let us give grateful thanks for the lives that we have, the material and the immaterial, for the gifts that we have been given, the gifts of yesterday, the gifts of today, and the gifts of tomorrow. And let us give grateful thanks for the gift of love, the gift of our parents, our mum, our dad, our sisters and brothers, our friends. Let us give thanks for having friends and for having family. Let us give grateful thanks for the magnificent physical bodies that we have been given, our beautiful bodies, our beautiful faces, our incredible brains, our eyesight, our hearing, our ability to speak, our ability to sense and touch. Let us give grateful thanks for this magnificent vehicle that we have been gifted with, for us to transverse the plains of the earth. Let us give gratitude to Mother Earth for the nurturing and caring, for the loving that she has given us. Let us give thanks, and let us send that thanks all the way down to her lapis blue heart. Let us give thanks to Father Sky for the cover, protection, for the light, for the sun, for the rain. We give you grateful thanks indeed. We give thanks to the deity, ascended masters, avatars and spirit world. We give grateful thanks indeed. In that magnificent vortex of light and energy, be aware that this vortex of energy can expand exponentially across the planet, touching the hearts of many. When we come together as a group, the energy flows. And as we bathe in this magnificent vortex, begin to see the energies growing closer and closer to you until you're encapsulated in your own pillar of light, radiantly connected with your divine Mother, Father, God. And slowly, and in your own time, take a nice healing breath and slowly allow yourself come back into this space and time. And as you open your eyes, remember to smile.
David Ellis has spent the past 20 years in the spiritual learning and growing process and holds regular meditation groups and teaches various self-development courses. David also works with clients through trauma, illness, depression, self-esteem, confidence, relationships, spiritual connection, and much more, using Reiki, hypnosis, NLP, and colour and crystal therapies. You can book a meditation course or a private session by contacting David through his website, www.davidellis.ie.